Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome to the channel. It's Rad. Let me just fix a few things. All right, so it's Rad. Welcome to the channel, and as you can see in the title of the live stream, tonight is going to be post eclipse. What do you need to know? Which is one of my favorite topics. Because it uses my favorite technique, elemental dignity, and it's kind of like it's chill for me. Okay, so with that said, first things we're gonna do as usual is going to be seeing the collective reading. So if you have paid attention to the thumbnail itself, you would have saw those three cards. The first one that is going to be, or it was, the Emperor, followed by the second card, which stands as the Seven of Pentacles, and the third card from the collective, that was the Hangman. Hello, Tommy. Welcome, welcome to the stream. Hope you do enjoy the show. Oh, and by the way, guys, tonight is going to be my birthday stream as well, because my birthday is Sunday, and as you may understand, that may not be a day that I'm going to go live. Okay, so figured I'd better do it earlier than later. Hello, fun. Welcome to the stream. All right, so back to the collective reading with those three cards. So what we have, or what they show, it is that the things are going to stir, and we can see that from the Emperor with the Hangman, very strong elemental dignity, active enemies actually, elemental dignity. So what it shows, it is that the moment that we are waiting for whatever, all right, you may be waiting for starting to looking for a to look for a job, you may be waiting for talking with someone, whatever Dao is waiting for, now the moment is gonna show up. And it's strong elemental dignity because of the Emperor, showing that as the moment presents itself, everything in it is gonna be under freaking control. So there won't be, suffice to say here, a circumstances which are gonna let us hang on the balance, or straight away screw our things over, so to speak. But instead, it will allow us to initiate into this moment of stir. It's like we are how can I put it into words? The rules of the game are ours. Okay, so it will be like we are choosing the field, we are choosing the rules, we are choosing literally the circumstances. And I don't know, I don't want to sound kind of drastic, but it seems that we have it in the bag, right? That's why I don't want to sound drastic, because if you know me, you know that I'm not that black or white. But yeah, it's kind of like it seems that we are having it in the bag here. So whatever you have set on the house up until this point, now the moment is gonna come for you to stir about it. Of course, as tarot doesn't take away our freedom of choice, you get to choose, guys. Will you actually extend your hand and take it, or will you let it go? And why I'm saying that, because of the Emperor with the Seven of Pentacles. Now, this is a weak elemental dignity, but it is there nonetheless, okay? So what that elemental dignity shows, it is that, yeah, the moment is going to be perfect to execute whatever we have waited for, but at that point, we will kind of like have a slight doubts. Is it really worth it? Let me give you a very solid example of that now that I think of. Say, long ago you had a kind of like tumultuous breakup, you know, and you were sick from those kind of like situations, drama and all that, love type of a situation. So you said, okay, so I'm gonna put myself into a break, and if, you know, things start to happening on their own accord or in regards to my expectations, then I'm gonna give it a go. And so that moment of you waiting, it's going to be set into stir. So you will have the conditions required. So you initiate into it. New love affair, okay? Or new love situations. But again, there will be that small voice in your mind telling you that it may not worth it. It's going to be very small. It's going to be like, I can't even describe it. It's going to be like... I don't have a word for it. For most of us, it's gonna be negligible. Okay, that voice, but still, and probably that could be because of I don't know, poignant experience, foul taste in our mind or in our mouth of what happened before. Or it could be because, you know, when we are, for example, involved into our business, we give everything into it, and now we are kind of like a bit reservant into is it gonna worth it? The reasons are gonna be very, very different, but nonetheless, it's gonna be there. The cards are suggesting to give it a try, but again, it's entirely up to you. Thank you guys, thank you so much for your wishes, and as well Liz, thank you so much for your 20 US dollars, and Mattia also, thank you guys for your 20 US dollars support. To you Liz, to you Mattia, thank you so much. Nonetheless, at the end of the stream you're gonna have your reading, okay, for what is you to expect, what is that you need to know about post eclipse thing. Thank you, Vero. Thank you, Veronica, for wishing me a happy birthday. So let me, Liz, now set you into the list of the super chat readings. Mattia, you as well. Right, so that was the collective. I am actually pretty excited to see how it's gonna turn out. What actually is gonna be my stir? Because God knows I need it. I mean, I don't want to complain, guys. I have my life exactly as it is for a very, very long time. Okay, and it's not like I'm complaining, but a little bit stirring it, especially probably on the low front. It's not gonna hurt, but nonetheless. Well, Pisces Moonbeam is gonna be freaking ecstatic if it is on the career front, okay? But nonetheless, starting up with the star signs now, we are gonna start from Aries, ending up with Pisces. Also, as it is my birthday, not just only birthday, I'm doing that into every live stream. 3 of you are gonna receive a free reading from me. One is gonna take place after Cancer, another one after Scorpio, and the final one is gonna be after Pisces. So if you do want to have a free reading with me, that's the way you do it. You stay up until one of those star signs are over. I do announce a break, and within this break you get to ask a question you want me to read for with tarot. In case there are more than one question, I'm going to pick one. I'm going to perform a professional reading on it. Other than that, anyone who supports the stream and the channel through super chat, you guys guaranteed are going to have a reading at the end, and should your super chat carries on an inquiry with it, the reading is going to be about the inquiry you have. If you have no inquiry, then the reading is going to be about the topic, meaning what do you need to know as of this moment. And should your super chat be 20 US dollars or above, the reading is going to be the very same format I did just right now for the collective and for the star signs as well. 3 cards, elemental, dignity, spread. And finally, if you do wish to have a personal reading with me, you can go to my website. Don't forget, I announced it last time, but up until the end of this week, a sale is running for the 20 minutes Skype reading, and as soon as you purchase that one, you get a 30 minutes instead, so you get 10 minutes for free on top of that. And also the tarot classes. you can have them for 50% off, but this is only for the YouTube following exclusive deal. So in order to take this one, you just have to mail me which class you want to take, and I'm going to provide you with a link that you can pay it for 50% off its original price. All right, so with that said, let's start with Aries now, going first. And thank you, Shanna, as well. Kate, thank you. Shakti, thank you. I think this is the first time I'm seeing you around. And Cheryl, thank you so much for your wish. All right, let's get to Aries now. The first card that we do have for Aries, that will be the Knight of Wands. Followed by the second card that we do have, which is the Four of Cups. And the final one, that's going to be the Six of Cups. Now, definitely, we do have a person starting for you, Aries, all right? That's going to be the Knights of Wands. So, we have a quite of dynamic elemental dignity here in between these three cards, and that person it's going to be bored, but not because we do have the Four of Cups. All right, the Four of Cups shows boredom sometimes, right? I have Lenormand cards this time around, Shanna. I mean, you are up for that, girl. All right, here they are. So it's not because of the Four of Cups. It's simply Knights of Wands. How can I explain the situation? It's not like this person doesn't like how the things are, but it's just that person grew accustomed to those things, whether to the project you're working together or to the dates you're doing, whatever the case, all right? And so it's not like that person needs something more, it needs something different, something to kind of like expand on thy interest, on his or her interest. And how this is going to stir the things for you, Aries? Well, it's going to present you with a new situations, not necessarily better situations, but that is to be assumed, I believe. They are to be better. However, those situations definitely are going to be much, much more interesting. So if you grow very, very bored with someone, that person is to surprise you, being showing its, how can I put it into words, enterprising nature, let's say it that way. And together you're going to have a really, really good time. But in order to truly cash in on that good time, you have to go along unbiased, because most of that person's suggestions, you will be quite, well, skeptical is to say the least, kind of like a I don't know, I can't find the correct English word. It's like almost repulsed by them, you know. It will sound a bit ridiculous being suggesting those being suggesting, I'm sorry, those activities. But nonetheless, again, give it a go, guys. You will see that most of them you will find of their of your liking. So expect someone to become way more engaging with you, Aries, and alongside with that, present you with way more activities for you to go forward with. Shanna, thank you so much again for your 20 US dollars. Thank you, Shanna. Make sure that you do stick or stay around up until the end of the stream, where you're going to have your personalized reading for what do you need to know as of this moment. Actually, you do requested Lenormand reading, so let me put this one on. So you will have your future events instead of what you need to know. Well, it's still what you need to know. Thank you, Amethyst Moon. All right, that was for Aries. Following up, moving next, we do have Taurus. Well, Lisa, it's a stirring time, not sleeping time. Okay, but let's check out on Taurus. First one is gonna be Justice, followed by the Eight of Cups, and the final one is gonna be the Two of Cups. These three, okay. You may have a break actually with those cards now that you are mentioning it, because the star for you is on a more spiritual plane probably than any other star signs are gonna have it. For you guys, justice will stir. I mean, we have the literal expression of the cards. So if you have done your job correctly, you don't have to manage it. It will manage it on its own accord. And when I say job, I mean any kind of job, right? If you said what you had to say, if you did what you had to do, if you expressed what you had to express. Now with those three cards, what will really stir for you, Taurus, is the accountability. It is the best way to say it. Everyone will become accountable to their actions alongside with you as well. And no matter if someone likes what you have to say or likes what you have to do, it has to be said and has to be done nonetheless. And that is pretty much gonna set not like things in stones. I don't know how to explain it, but it's going to allocate. Yeah, that should be the word that I should use. So it's going to allocate the responsibilities accordingly. And if, for example, you, Lisa, had to deal with many responsibilities, half of them which are not yours to deal with, well, you will not have to deal with them anymore. So that is going to be in star for you. Very important for Taurus. Give your best, guys, because if you do want a miraculous results, you have to perform miracles, right? If you want good results, your performance must be good. That is how justice pretty much stands. And with the Eight of Cups being next to justice, right, that card pretty much shows that some old things are going to be re-adjudicated. So if people kind of like did you wrong or wronged you in a certain way, very, very soon in the next few days, you will see that kind of like it's going to catch up with them, either through karma, okay, or through some kind of organizations as well. But the biggest hit, or rather like the biggest manifestation of those three cards, it is your interactions and relationships. Okay, there literally the responsibilities are going to allocate accordingly, and it's not gonna feel like someone is pulling a heavier weight than the other. Hello Anna, welcome to the live stream. Glad you were able to tune in on my birthday live stream. Okay, so next one, we do have Gemini, and right on time for Gemini as well. Eight of Pentacles. Plans are gonna stir for you, Gemini. Plans. Wheel of Fortune. And the Page of Swords. So we do have a two side of a coin here, which you, so yeah, plans are gonna stir, or preparations. It's no different than, you know, being like a predator. What was the English word? Hovering into the tall grass, waiting for your moment to pounce, right? So that's are your plans. So you are waiting for the right moment or the right person, you know, or the right situation, whatever the case, or your preparation. And that thing is going to come. So finally, your preparation, your plans ready to be manifested, ready to be unleashed, so to speak. And this is where we do have a two sides of the coin. Now, one, which is the better one, it is that it's not going to be accidental. Meaning that literally you thought about everything that you could have. And this is where the details actually come. That you thought everything that you could have and a bit more than that, which is going to be inapplicable. So literally you will find that some of your, well, which could be also a good thing, because some of your concerns about those plans are gonna pretty much disappear, because you know the circumstances of those concerns are gonna be inapplicable. So no circumstance, no concern whatsoever. In relationships, especially for you Gemini who are single, what do you need to know? It is that right now the market is literally open, so you will do yourself a good thing if you pretty much display yourself into the world on the market for love, and you are to be both, quote unquote both, right away. That is for Gemini. Moving on next, we do have a Cancer. Two of Cups for Cancer with the Six of Swords and with the Star card. It's literally about the human interactions which are gonna stir for you guys, that you will realize that you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. I mean, a nice human interactions require the ordinary stuff, okay? Compassion, solidarity, accepting the other person as equal, lack of pride, if you will, lack of shyness as well. And once you do adopt that state, Cancer, also engagement, very important. I mean, if you do wait someone else constantly to engage with you, that's not how it's gonna go down, right? At least according to these cards. The normality, it's shown with these two, okay? That elemental dignity shows pretty much the normality, the common way how things are happening into human interactions, and pleasantries into thy romantic life or into thy business ventures. So you have a really hard time with your coworker, and pretty much the things in between you two are set on out because you simply cannot find a common ground. Well, the common ground is pretty much there. I'm sorry for the expression. If both of you kind of like dig your head out of your asses, okay, and you see things for what they truly is, and give each other a freaking chance once in a while, right? Another thing though, it's that not every time you are right. That is also something that is gonna stir, or rather, not every time, not always, not ever you can have the perfect coworker, the perfect boss, the perfect suitor, the perfect spouse, okay, or the perfect friend. There are pros and cons to everything, and as soon as you accept that, the soon you will pretty much be accepted and have a really harmonious relationships with everybody around you. So that is literally what's going to stir the call for harmony in between you two, but you have to accept each other with your pros and with your cons. Anna, thank you so much for your 20 US dollars. Thank you, Anna. Make sure that you do stay up until the end, where you're going to have your personal reading, personalized reading for the transit. Okay. Now, the first free reading is to be... well, sometimes, yeah. Just when it comes from within, okay? In any case... The first free reading now is in motion. In order to contest for it, just input a question you want me to read for about yourself with tarot, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do so, guys. And after those 5 minutes, I'm going to pick one of your questions, if there are more than one, if there are any, and I'm going to perform a professional reading on it. Should there be no questions, I'm just going to move to the next 4 star signs. I usually swear a lot, especially when I'm among friends. Okay. But that is an English expression, isn't it? Kind of like pull your hair out of your ass. That's an English expression. It's like it's a slang, I believe. So it's not a bad word. It's just an expression. It's slang that many people are using it. Everyone is using it. No, it isn't. It isn't naughty. You guys are making me what I am not. Okay? I am yeah, I'm a law abiding citizen, but how can I put it into words? I am an example for modesty, okay? I think. No, I'm not. Who am I kidding? I'm not. Everyone has a crush on me. I wish that were the case, okay? Because for as far as I can see, I don't see the queue in front of my door, right? I just don't see it. It's nowhere. I don't even see the queue on my messenger. So, no. You got that one, right? I mean, you caught me there, okay? You caught me there with my pants down. I cannot be. In fact, the foul mind I have. Woo! If someone could read my thoughts. Halfway across the world, pretty much. It's literally halfway across the world. 14 hours with plane. Minute and a half, guys. And if there are no questions, I'm just gonna move to the next 4 star signs. Oh, I live in Europe, in a country that probably no one heard of, or at least very few people heard of. Oh yeah, you're Serbian, you heard of it, because we are neighbors. Will you though? That depends. Because if you are, for example, in Niš or in Belgrade, it's a long trip. It's a really long trip. Hello, Joyce. Welcome to the stream. All right, no questions. That makes us move to the Next star sign, which is gonna be Leo. The second free reading is going to take place after Scorpio, the third one after Pisces, and after that the super chat readings. Anyone who decides to support the stream and the channel through super chat, you guys are going to have your reading at the end of the live stream, guaranteed. And should your super chat be $20 or above, the reading is going to be that format I'm doing for the star signs, 3-card elements of dignity. Oh, you asked a question. Oh, I could tell you the chance, right? I could tell you the chance. But I cannot tell you for certain because that depends on our choices. I thought that that was just those are the 3 cards. Unlikely because of those 2. If the meeting really happened, it's gonna be awkward, at least according to these cards. Neither you will see what you want, nor, I don't know, me. It's just they show that the expectations are not gonna be met, okay, by either of the sides. That's what they show. So, I don't know. I mean, if you want to, you can hop to Sophia and I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have a cup of coffee. That's no problem. Anyone who hops to Sophia can have a cup of coffee with me. That's I did it a few times, by the way. It's with people that know me from the internet, so no, it's no problem. We are about to see that. How amazing the new year is gonna be. All right. So Leo, first one, we do have the star card, followed by the Queen of Swords. And the next one for you guys is going to be the 7 of Cups. I beat you in that. 6 now. So I beat you in that. Back to Leo. Those 3 cards. So what we have, what it's going to stir for you guys, it's your momentum, for the lack of a better word. Literally what those cards show, it is that you will grow to know, or you will learn, I don't know how to, what is that you need to know. It is that fantasies of yours are not that much of a fantasy at all. It's actually accomplishable. It's like hope, but not hope anymore, okay? You're hoping that something could happen, may happen, or it's possible to happen, and it's happening now. It's no longer a hope, it's no longer a fantasy, it's actually reality. And that is where your stir literally lies. And on top of that, as a stir, you do have a lack of problems, okay? So whatever holds you back through problems, you want to buy a house, and for example, countless issues and problems are depriving you of you buying a house. Those issues and problems no longer going to be there, so you can literally seek out whatever suits you best. And I literally mean that, whatever suits you best, because here, as the star card stands on the top of all, that shows that you can live up to your expectations, your ideals, and as well your standards. And with the Queen of Swords being next to the star card, pretty much shows the tenacious drive. I mean, once, you know, the happening happens and things for you literally stir, right? You will be alongside unyielding, as well indomitable and unstoppable into what you are doing. I don't know what exactly is going to be, but expect a huge breakthrough to take place for you that is seriously going to stir things into a problematic field where there will be no problems any longer for you. Thank you, Shanna. Thank you for your $5 gift for my birthday. And Jill, thank you for your wish. Oh, you're welcome, Morena. Are you still in Ukraine? All right. We do have Virgo next. And we do have a Pisces moonbeam reading again. If it is for a cup of coffee, thank you, Unthinkable. Unbreakable. I'm sorry. Oh my God, you're unthinkable, unbreakable. What am I saying? Guys, so that we do have for Pisces moonbeam here. There we go. Thank you again, Unbreakable. I'm gonna butcher your name so bad, but Raquel Regis, thank you so much for your wish. Virgo, first one, Four of Cups for you guys, followed by the Tower of Five of Swords. Now I'm gonna need a moment here. If that's not bizarre. Uh, your situation is going to be actually very relieving, Virgo, because your study is going to be into the efforts. Thank you, Jill. Thank you for your $5. Thank you. Make sure that you do stay till the end, where you're gonna have your personalized reading for the topic, which is what do you need to know as of this moment. Back to Virgo. The studying to the effort. What happens from these couple of cards that we do have here? It is that suddenly things will become way easier than you have anticipated. We're not talking even about expectations here, it's anticipations. You anticipate to be required a mighty and colossal effort. Now that I think of, because I played a video game before I came here live stream, and I was fighting a boss, and when the boss revealed itself, and oh my God, that's gonna be such a slog, and actually face roll them, so that is your situation here, where you are preparing yourself for such a jump, right, and such a mighty and colossal effort, and you throw your efforts into it, and you see that it is actually a walk in the park, a piece of cake, and things wouldn't go not any worse. There is literally nothing there to undermine your strive. And here quickly is gonna hit you the realization you can go for more, right? Let me give you now an example that just came on the top of my head. Let's say that you wanna go for a mortgage, and before you actually went to the bank, you were thinking, oh my God, so much requirements. They will ask me to do so many things in order to give me that mortgage. And you go to the bank, and suddenly it comes up that you can get a bigger mortgage, a more money from the bank from the bank for way less efforts on your behalf, so you can go for a better home, for a bigger home. And kind of like this turnaround is going to take off the edge from you. So that is happening into the place where you really are feeling the edge on your neck. Okay, and that edge is going to be taken off, because simply things are going to go much easier for you. Marina, I don't want to talk about the war in Ukraine, but my opinion, it is that it is very unlikely to go over soon. Because in order a war to end, there must be a winner, right? And who do you think is gonna win? I mean, all the countries of the West does not allow Ukraine to lose, because in order to have a winner, there must be a loser. So the country doesn't allow Ukraine to lose. From the other side, China does not allow Russia to lose either, or, you know, not just only China, but all of the bloc there, because yeah, Ukraine has NATO behind their back, but let's not forget that there is another alliance that it is actually Russia is in its core, that it is equivalent to NATO. So I don't know. I mean, it's and let's not forget what we're told. It's not the whole truth. It never is. So behind the curtain, there may be many things happening. So I don't know. That's at least my thoughts on it. But I wish to be over tomorrow, right now, if it can, because it literally throws the economies into turmoil. Yeah, but Taco, they're saying temporary operation, but we don't know the goals. What are the goals of the operation? You know, because when you do have such an operation, you should announce the goals. All right, that is an operation for liberating these two regions, for example, or whatever the case. All right, there is no goal to it. I mean, they could consider a temporary operation for conquering the whole Europe, for all I care, or for all we know. So the matter is when it's gonna end, and no one can say. You're welcome, Marina. It's always, yeah, well, that's for freaking sure, Shakti. It's always about the money, right? Someone is winning a lot, guys, from that. Someone is literally swimming like Uncle Scrooge in a big vault of golden coins from all that. Taco, thank you so much for your 33 US dollars, mate. Thank you. Uh, of course, there will be a reading for you. That is the last thing that I'm gonna say, guys. Um, there is a there is an argument from both sides. Okay, that, in my opinion, that war should have never happened. No matter the circumstances, it should never have taken place. And good thing you have, Marina. Ace of Wands, it is your card, or Libra's card. Things are getting even better with the Star card. And the next one that's going to be, oh my god, the Emperor. I will have to draw a 3 Lenormand cards to see what this is about. Okay, I just have to do it. But I'm not going to show them to anyone. Veronica, thank you so much for your 10 Canadian dollars. Uh, a workaround. It's it's a love situation. Before we go to that, let me put you into the list, Veronica, where you're gonna have your personalized reading at the end. But for you, Libra, it's a love situation, guys. It's a love situation that's you are facing a wall, right, or a wall, and basically the story is going to be workaround of that wall. Now think of Romeo and Juliet, where they could not marry because of the fighting of both of their families, so they took the easy way out, kind of like committing suicide, right? But they could have go for a workaround. Why don't you just run away, right? That is just an example. But literally, what happens for you, Libra, into your love life, that is explicitly about your love life, is that very soon, in the next couple of days, you will see that there is nothing impossible. There is no such thing that we cannot be together. We cannot make family. We cannot make love, for example. Or we cannot get back together, whatever your case. And that workaround will become pretty much obvious, and is going to be very, very promising. It's not anything you are considering at this moment. That is another thing that I can tell you. It will be completely brand new way of making things around. Well, I never read them, never watched them, but this is just the premise. I know that they are madly in love with one another. Their family are fighting against each other, and that's why they cannot be together, so they take the easy way out with the woman's weapon, okay? Poison. That's woman's weapon. Any case, so it was her idea, I can say. It was definitely her idea. All right, so bad example, but still, I hope I have my points across. All right, next one. We are finally here with Scorpio. Mhm. Oh, where am I? Seven of Swords, it is the first one, followed by the Three of Swords, which is the second. And the last one for Scorpio, that's going to be the Two of Cups. Uh, I just I just evoke a memory, guys. I'm gonna tell you about it when I'm done with Scorpio. It's interesting for us, Scorpio, that's soon we are going to well, basically what's gonna stir for us, it's our personal standing into the interactions with other people, especially those that are close to us. Long story short, we will stop caring what they think, because at the end of the day, that wouldn't be important for us. What will be important is how we feel. All right, that's what's going to be important, and therefore, we are going to start dropping bombs to those we do not like, to those we like, to those we do not approve, or to those that approve. It's simply bombs are gonna start dropping down from our mouths. Most of them are not gonna like it. Nonetheless, it is what it is. It is the truth. And also, can I put it into words? People are gonna see us as more what is the word? Unapproachable. That is because um, our personal standing, like I said, is gonna stir, and therefore we are gonna start showing ourselves with a stronger backbone than usual. And also, if people are owning you money, you're gonna collect them, because what you're gonna show to those people, what you're capable of, if they don't give you back the money, it's they ain't gonna like it. But also, those that want to entangle you with their love affairs are not gonna like it as well, because more or less, Scorpio, we will be immune to a certain extent. Okay, so basically, emotionally, people are not gonna be able to take advantage of us. However, there is something negative that is going to take place as well, and that is a remnants of the past, negative remnants of the past, bad thoughts, okay, thoughts that are not serving us any good, like for example, thoughts that we're not good enough, for example, thoughts that we failed and we shouldn't have another chance, all these kind of like pointless and yet depriving thoughts. So we should not allow they to tangle and twist our minds. Instead, we should try to ignore them as best as we can. I don't know how to take that. All right, so that concludes the second cluster of star signs, and now the third reading is going to take place. The third free reading is going to take place. Um, Should any of you wishes to have a free reading, now is the time to ask a question you want me to read for with my tarot cards, and I'll give you about 5 minutes to do so, to ask a question if you do have any. If not, I'm just going to move on to the next stuff for star signs, which are going to be Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and finally we're going to have Pisces. Karen, thank you so much for your $3 support. Thank you, Karen. Which is for me, I'm gonna have Lenormand cards tonight. And for Pisces Moonbeam, she actually has a reading already. Already pay. I'm just gonna upgrade her Taurus. Okay, I'm just gonna upgrade it here. What in the world? You know, that's better. Thank you, Karen. Oh yeah, what was the memory that I was going to share? Yeah, it was a pawn shop. Okay, a pawn shop, and I was walking in with a friend that wanted to sell something. I don't know what was it, and he was just showing and kind of like displaying what it was a tape recorder or a tape cassette phone or whatever, you know how you call it in English, and he was showing it, and the pawn shop kind of like guy, you know, the stuff. He was so bored. He just didn't bother even to listen. He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna take your crap," you know, and he just took it and gave the money. But the expression, yeah, he said, "I'm gonna take your crap." Oh, thank you, Antonia. Thank you so much for wishing me a birthday. That's Bulgarian, by the way, guys. And yeah, it is night here. It is 4:26 a.m. my time. Imagine you go to sell something and from the other side tells you, "Yeah, I'm gonna take your crap." How bad you're gonna feel, you know. Um, okay. Rocky, thank you so much for your 27.99 Canadian. Thank you. Make sure you stick around until the end where you're gonna have your personalized reading for the transit. All right, let's pick a question. Actually, Rocky, it's gonna be your question. Will I get a job before the end of the year? Let's check it out. Are you gonna get a job till the end of the year? Are you jobless? I need to know that. And Elaine Zaccaroli, thank you so much for your 10 US dollars PayPal donation. Let me put you into the list. Yeah, you will. Those are cards. Okay. Those are the cards you have. It's not by the end of the year though. Okay. They do have a time frame within them, and it's a time frame again. That is not the exact date. It's a time frame, and the time frame is by the end of May. All right. So it may not be by the end of the year, Rocky, but definitely up until the end of May, you are going to have a job, and is going to be a job you are qualified, not qualified, experienced into. Okay. That's not going to be a new job that you will kind of like a brand new branch that you will have to jump into. It's a job that you are very competent into. And for what I can say, you are definitely going to love it and storm it as well. So, and on the financial front, you will manage. That's as much as I can say up until that point. Okay. All right, so that was the second free reading, couple of minutes, and I'm going to move to the next 4-star sign. SR, thank you so much for your wishes. Oh my God, I hate that hair. Look at that. Yeah, Sagittarius. We are there now. Just a minute, guys. I need to kind of like rest for a minute. All right, Sagittarius. Thank you, Tiffany. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I am I do have a lot into Sagittarius, so I'm kind of like, I'm not jealous, right? I'm not jealous this time around. Uh, those are your cards, Sagittarius. So what will stir for us, guys? Happiness. In fact, my moon is in Sagittarius, so I'm gonna be very happy. Yeah, that's the stir here. Literally what those cards are showing it is that the happiness is gonna stir, and you definitely can have it the way you want it. All right, that's literally what the cards are showing, and I don't have much more to say rather than you will be happy with all you got. So I hope you do have a big plans for the next few days, because it turns out that they will satiate your needs, for the lack of better word. Literally, they are going to satiate your needs. In fact, having that Two of Pentacles, in fact, having the Two of Pentacles next to the Ten of Cups, it kind of means that we are going to have even room for more. So literally, that's that happiness we will to experience is not going to blind us, but we will be ready for even more happiness that it is there. It could be also translated that things will turn out to be better than they are, although, you know, if you are happy, I don't see how things can turn better than they are, but it is what it is. So but there is one condition, that is with your current enterprises. So for example, Sagittarius, if you had started a job recently, turns out that you are going to be very happy within this job. All right, you start dating someone recently, very happy with how the dating is carrying on. In fact, the job, the dating, whatever the case, is going to be exactly the way you want it. It's awesome for Sagittarius. All right, it's awesome. Nicole, girl, what are you doing? Thank you so much for your $50 support. Thank you, Nicole. Right, so waiting on some info. We are gonna check that one out if it's gonna come around, okay? Oops. And Shakti, thank you. Did that Google Translate told you that? Because it's written very well, by the way. Leo was a good reading, Nicole. I mean, after the stream is over, you may wanna kind of like rewind and listen to Leo. It was a really good reading. I bet Pisces Moonbeam's gonna love that. She's Capricorn, by the way. Here, those 4 cards. That is the right way to say it. Yeah. Because usually what Google would do is swap the first 2 words, okay? Swap the first 2 words, and then it sounds unnaturally. And also, Bulgarian is a bit, it's not accustomed to English. That last part, which is it, there is no way saying it in English, okay? So Google are doing a good job translating different languages with their culture. Because in Bulgarian, everything has a so-called gender. For example, the cup is she, microphone is he, bed is it, for example, TV is he, ball is she. All right, so everything has a gender, and basically it actually ear also has a gender, and it is she, the ear, and basically kind of like it accustomed it to it. So it's very good. Chandra, thank you so much for your $4.99. Thank you, Chandra. Make sure that you do stay up until the end, where you gonna have your personalized reading for what is it you need to know post the eclipse. So, like I said, Pisces Moonbeam is gonna love that. Because it's not much of a stir, rather than, you know, rolling down. It's kind of like snowballing, so to speak. And those are the cards showing it. Okay. Those are the cards showing it. And basically, for you, Pisces, for you, Capricorn, the stir happening to wriggling your way through the initial slog, so to speak. Or safe to say here, it is that literally the hard part is going to be done and over. And for you, for most of you guys, the hard part was to say something, to say what you think, to say what you intend, to say what you anticipate. And now on those sayings, you literally can build on top of it. I am not sarcastic, okay? I am definitely not sarcastic here, because basically what happens for you, it is that you have reached a certain progress, and now you see that this progress can be finished. All right, that path you are walking can be walked to the very end, which is gonna make you wanna walk it. I don't know how to put it here. There is no reason for you to walk away from the path, all right? Because there are rewards for you at the end. In fact, those rewards could happen to be bigger than you think now. And that is literally your star. And by the way, if you are lonely, you will be no more, because what's gonna come to your attention is that there is a person sharing a lot of your thoughts and as well your ideas. Of course you will. You don't have a choice. You are saying it like you have a choice. You're saying it like destiny gives a damn, right? Or what you gonna take or not. Because remember what I told you a few days ago, and you said, well, that's my line. No, it isn't. It's my line. And the line is, you can't fight fate. It is what it is. Is it a tornado? Oh my god, I want to see tornado. If it is tornado, you should kind of like take a picture, or rather like film a video of it, and I want to see it. All right, next one. We do have Aquarius. It is my line, okay? I am unyielding about that. Well, that okay, so that's your line, right? Okay, we have Aquarius. First one for Aquarius, we do have the Six of Wands. Followed by the Ace of Pentacles. And the final one is the Nine of Pentacles for Aquarius. Now, that is one of my dreams, guys. I want to see tornado in real, right? That's what it may sound crazy, but you know, we are all crazy in our own ways. And that's one of my crazy wishes, to see tornado in Rio. And funny thing is that I went to spend some time on the coast this year, coast of Bulgaria this year. I wasn't there for about, I don't know, 8 years. I haven't visited. And right after a couple of weeks after I kind of like departed and went home, the person that I was staying at showed me a picture of what storm is coming, and it was a supercell. I mean, you clearly can see the supercell there, right? Damn, man, I wanted to be there. I wanted to see tornado, two actually in the water, two tornado in the water. Damn. All right, so for Aquarius, one more time, Six of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles in the Ace of Pentacles. So for Aquarius, it's a little bit of an underwhelming reading, because basically the stir for them is kind of like loosening the noose around their neck, in a sense of that, you know, things are not going to have that important consequences that are to happen in the next few days to a week. That is what you need to know. And therefore, you can be way more playful than before, you know, with the people you are meeting, with the undertakings you are doing, and with as well, you know, the people that you are dating, for example. What the cards are suggesting, which is kind of interesting here, is that Aquarius should be a bit bolder. Boldness is going to be rewarded. I don't know why, okay? And that is, how can I put it into words, guys? Right now, whatever it is for the taking is not for the one who deserves it, but it's for the one who takes it. And that is why Aquarius should be bold and take what it is, even not theirs, at least according to these cards. Your heroism, let's put it that way, is going to be recognized and is going to pay off itself. Other than that, not much to be said. By the way, the sex is going to be great in the next few days. Okay, that's also is going to stir for you, Aquarius. If you do have someone to have sex with, of course. Because you know what they say about the similarities of playing bridge and having sex, you know. The similarity of those two things, of those two activities, is that if you don't have a partner, you better have a strong hand, man. You better have a strong one. All right, next one, we do have Pisces. Knight of Wands for Pisces, followed by the Seven of Wands and the Moon card. Those three. So for you Pisces, a person is going to stir. Actually, it's not going to stir. It's going to be stopped. Basically, what those cards are showing is that what you need to know it is that someone into your environment is going to learn to, or rather like is going to grow to learn their place. So that is a person who is overstepping for a lot, okay? And now it's overstepping so much that actually is causing a severe issue, severe problem, and quite of an inconvenience. And that person is basically going to learn that if they are to behave that way, they have no room in your basically into your surrounding environment. I don't want to say into your life, because that could be your kid for all I know, right? Your kid acting inappropriately, fighting at school, don't do their homework, and all these kind of stuff. And suddenly through your actions, somehow your kid is going to learn that's not the way how they can, that is not something that they can do for a very long time, okay? Because there will be consequences, severe consequences of it. So that is literally what's going to stir, and that person is not going to cause you any issues whatsoever with their insubordination and for the lack of better words, I'm going to say lack of predictability, and as well constantly unpleasantly surprising actions, speeches, deeds. And that is your reading, guys. So now the last free reading is taking place. So any of you who wishes to have a free reading, now is the moment that you do ask your question that you want me to read for with tarot. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do so. And after those 5 minutes, should there be any questions, I'm going to perform a professional reading for one of them. And if not, I'm moving to the super chat readings. Anyone who supported and is about to support the channel through super chat, guys, you're going to have a reading at the end of the stream, which is nigh. And if your super chat is $20 or above, is going to get that very same elemental dignity reading that I did for the collective and for the star signs. You're welcome, Shakti. And I want to thank you guys for your generosity. It's amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. I gotta make a prompt showing, you know, free readings, super chats, so on. I will make it for the next live stream, which will be probably next week. I will see about that. If no one wants to celebrate my birthday with me, then we're gonna have a stream on Sunday. If not, Monday. And by the way, tomorrow Pisces Moonbeam Child has a birthday, so let's everybody greets Ness's birthday. Happy birthday, Ness. Thank you, Shamaya. The original one. For nice words. You're welcome, Pisces Moonbeam. How old did he grow? 10, 11? How old is he? '11 year. Oh my God, we are approaching the teenage years. Ho ho ho. You're so done. All right, you are busted. You have about a couple of years. And after that, only one question, which is fine. Will I get a loan or any other assistant? Now, that is a nice addition because the cards, because listen, if you ask only about the loan, the cards are going to show whether you're going to get a loan or what are the chances for you, possibilities to get a loan or not. They're not going to say any other assistance if you are to take. So it's a very well worded question. Let's check it out. Those are your cards. I don't think so, but you will manage on your own. And believe me, by the end, that would be the better version. Because probably loan is gonna hook you up on a leash or whatever assistance, right? Is gonna hook you up on a leash. You will manage. But loan is unlikely. Because what those cards are showing is whatever expectation you do have, you are not gonna have a good feeling about it, right? You're not gonna like how it turns out. Your current expectation, which by the way is gonna mobilize you, and you will handle it by yourself. I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear, but it is what it is. Like Pisces Moonbeam said, you can't fight fate. So basically, Anna, you are a slave. Gosh, I think that there isn't a better thing, or rather, like, it's one of the best things to be a slave of your child. Because at the end of the day, if you don't make your child happy, whom you are gonna make happy? Who is more worthy of that, right? All right, so now we are jumping to the super chat readings. First are going to be Lenormand readings. Let me check on what kind of a thing I get to expect. I considered it, but I haven't tried. The thing it is that when I considered it, Shamaya, or Shamia, they were very expensive. I mean, runes are freaking expensive here. And on top of that, there isn't much of a sources to learn the runes. Okay, so I need to have some kind of a mentor, but I am very picky when it comes to mentors. Um, I don't want to say anything big, but in tarot, for example, if I would to choose the mentor, throughout the whole YouTube, there were only one person that I would have chose to be a mentor of mine. Okay, so that's how I'm picky I am when it comes to mentoring. Because it's not only about how much you know, but it's also about how you deliver that knowledge. Oh, okay. Taco, yeah, I get what you mean with that. All right. Furthermore, let me put that information coming around. And tackle father moving. Okay. But I haven't tried runes now. All right, so let's check on what I am to expect as an event. It's traveling. Those are the cards signifying the event. Okay, the cards signifying the event. The radar, the star, the mice, the choice, and then it is the ship. So it's about traveling, and basically it will be a no-brainer. That's what the cards are showing, and it kind of, you may say that it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me, because those who know me, guys, I hate traveling. I literally despise traveling. So to me, to travel, someone has to be dying on the other side in order to actually make me do it. But here it's for a good occasion, okay? It is for a good occasion, and it will be a no-brainer, basically. That. So I am going to travel, long story short. All right, next one is going to be Shanna. First thing, Shanna, first event concerns your business, right? Those three cards. And it kind of shows that there will be not failure, but underwhelming success. So it will be successful, but not as much as you would wish to be successful. Not the entire business, something about your business or about your work. Okay, that is the first event. Next one. It's a person who falls in love with you. Okay. or the literal translation is a man who will find a way to your heart, and they will feel the same way toward you. And the third one, it's here. It's a choice about a child. It may be, if you do have children, it may relate to them, or if you don't have, it may be relating to choosing, do you want to have one or not. And the physiological ability does not regard, because you may adopt a child, etc., etc. You know. So those are the three events for you. The first one, the first one that you should focus is the success. And I would suggest you to take it easy with your business, because you know, failure is considered, the bigger the efforts, the bigger the failure. Okay, so I would advise you to do the bare minimum, or what it is required. So when the success is underwhelming, you do not feel as deprived as you could feel at that point. All right. Pisces Moonbeam next. Let me check on your question if it changed. It's inconclusive. Pisces Moonbeam. Those two cards. Well, it's three because I drew another one here, right? I would say the vision, the wish is the vision to change, but it cannot change. I will not say more, so I do not, you know, break your privacy here. All right, next one. That would be Jill. All right, Jill. Your card. 7 of Wands. So a couple of things, Jill, that you need to know is that first, there is an underlying competition, or rather like an rivalry. It is a better word to be said. So basically, there are people, or there is a person that doesn't want to see you going forward, but they are not revealed yet, and they are unlikely to reveal. Okay, but the other thing that you should be aware of, it is that you do have a winner's move, so to speak. You do have the coup de grace, and the moment for that deliverance is gonna show up to you, right? It's gonna show itself to you, and you just have to seize it. So there is a way out if that is what you are concerned. Okay, that is what you need to know, that there is a way out. You can't deliver the coup de grace. basically. Veronica, your cards. Oh my god, girl, those two. So I remember your reading. They may, or rather, like your question, they may very well relate to it, and it is literally the same thing I told you, okay, back then. But basically, what you need to know it is that the choice you have to make will become obvious by a freaking 1,000 miles. It is just there will be no room for comparison there. Okay, it is like choosing to be a beggar or to work for the most pristine company on the market right now. Obviously that's not a choice at all. I mean, you go and work for the company, you know, or to be homeless or work in a or live in a palace. I mean, there is no room for choice. You can choose, but literally only a madman could take one over the other. Okay, so that is what you need to know. And if right now you can't decide, that's okay. All right, it is okay, because the circumstances are not right, and when the circumstances become right, then you get to make your move. Karen, we do have the Seven of Pentacles for you. Okay, so there are two ways how one can see the card, and I will explain a little bit here. All right, so what do we see in the Seven of Pentacles, guys? We do have a person who looks a bit worried, doesn't, oh my god, doesn't he? I mean, he looks a bit worried here. But why? Is he worried because a pentacle fell from the bush, or is he worried that he cannot fit that pentacle into the bush? Right, these are two different situations, and that's why it's very important that there is a question with the tarot, so you can, you know, relate it somehow and define what situation we're talking about here. But long story short, Karen, what you need to know it is that not everything it's worth your attention or your efforts right now, and only should you see imminent results, only then you keep up with the thing, whether it is about, I don't know, interactions with someone or a job or whatever the case. Okay, so only when you see results, then you put up with the thing. That is what you need to know. And therefore, your efforts are going to worth it. That is your star. That efforts from now on are gonna worth it. Chandra, your card, it is Two of Wands. So what do you need to know? It is that you are doing a really good job with your enterprises. In fact, those enterprises haven't even scratched the surface yet. So if you are just recently, you know, for example, consolidated a business deal, that is just a degustation over what actually can come up from that business partnership. Okay, or you settled the client. Well, that is just only a small taste of what can come up from that client. Or you recently get out on a date with someone. Well, that date is just only a small taste of what can come out of both of you. So basically what you need to know it is that you should not stop here, but keep on improving on your initial accomplishment, on your initial accomplishments. Right, now the 20 and above dollars readings are going to take place, which are Liz, Mattia, Shanna, Anna, Taco, Rocky, Elaine, or Ellen, and then we do have Nicole. Well, if it is worth it, well, if you have saw results, that's when you put an effort in, you saw results, then it is. If you haven't saw results yet and those results are just a promise, then it doesn't. Thank you, Chandra. See you around, Veronica. All right, Liz, your card, Five of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Ooh, the King of Cups. So what will stir for you, Liz? It is the options available you have to deal with the ordinary problems. Here we're not talking about, you know, a colossal issues. We're talking about, I would rather say, mundane problems, trifles that everybody has. They are covering one field. We're talking about one field in your life. For example, if your job is problematic, you know, that's where it's gonna manifest. If your love life is problematic, that's where it's gonna manifest, not fester, but manifest. Oh my God. So literally, you will be offered a way out. Okay, you will be offered a way out. You have a problems with, for example, the team you're working with, and your boss sees that and say, okay, I'm gonna transfer you. I'm gonna give you a new team, all right, or I'm gonna transfer you into another team. It's up to you to take on the offer, which, by the way, it makes no sense to deny whatsoever. But again, you have a freedom of choice. You get to choose. Do you want to take that offer or not? And bear in mind that once you do take the offer, more or less, the lifestyle within this field of your life is going to change. Okay, the style, how you deal with your work, if it is where it manifests, the style that you do love, if that's where it manifests, and so on and so forth, just so you know. Next one, Mattia. And it will be much less demanding, by the way, than before. Okay, so it's literally, there is no downside to that offer whatsoever. All right, Mattia, those are your cards here. Okay, we do have those three: Seven of Wands, Ten of Cups, Page of Cups. How do I deliver this? Well, this is what happens, Mattia. Good night, Liz. What is gonna come out to you is that a person around you has a change of heart, which to a fairly modest extent messes up with your plans. That could be a change of heart of a client you have, or could be a change of heart of a friend you have, you know. But definitely there were plans that you made with that person. Those plans were good plans by your accord, and now thrown out of the window. All right, those plans can be thrown into the toilet, flush the toilet. That's done. However, as the Seven of Wands stands there at the very front of the reading, it's a card showing that there is a way out of all that. Okay, that there will be a chance for you to make your is it called reprimanding, you know, to make to do the reprimanding, to do the mending, to fix things, okay, for the lack of a better word, to fix things around, to make it good for you as well. But in order to do so, you should stop caring about that person from there. I mean, you should think only about yourself and not the other one. Now, that's a person that's I don't know if you do have a strong ties with them. I'm going to check with another card. It's a person who doesn't have a big relevance to your well-being, aside from that you are, for example, doing business together, drinking coffee together. You have a plans to travel somewhere on a holiday or so, or whatnot, you know. But definitely plans that you do have with someone, that person is going to have a change of heart and you're not gonna like it. That's what you need to know. So be prepared for such a thing. Jasmine, thank you so much for your 20 US dollars. Thank you, Jasmine. Make sure that you do stick around a little bit longer and you're gonna have your personalized reading for what is that you need to know at this moment. All right, Anna, your reading now. Well, I am going live today because tomorrow I wouldn't be able to. Okay, so it's Sunday, Thursday, give or take a day. Okay, that's but I am trying to keep it up. Thursday, Sunday. That is how I'm trying to keep it up. All right, Anna, those are your cards here. Those three. Well, basically, it's a time. It is a time to indulge yourself. It is what those cards are showing. How can I put it into words? Basically, to spoil yourself a little bit more, for the lack of a better word. That's what those cards are showing. Literally, what they are showing. And also, they are kind of like suggesting that for the most part, you are doing problems bigger than they actually are, or presenting problems bigger than they actually are, or seeing them bigger than they actually are. But for the lack of better thing, or rather like for anything else, literally those cards stating that you have to indulge yourself with what you like, not what you like, what you need. Because according to them, God knows you need, it's not even a happiness, it is happiness, but it is happiness through feeling whole, and you feel whole when you kind of like satiate your yearnings, right? So that is your moment here. You yearn for party, do a party, all right? You yearn to travel, travel, for Christ's sake, okay? So whatever you're yearning for, accomplishable, and you should accomplish it. That's literally your reading. Currently yearning for. What you're yearning for tomorrow, well, that's another story, okay? By the way, because I know that you are more concerned about your business, okay? According to these cards, current plans you have, or what your current anticipation is in terms of business, you can accomplish it. You just have to be a bit careful about new ideas, right? Because they may not be as achievable the way you have them initially in your mind than those that you do have right now. All right, next one, Taco. You want to know about conversation with your father, and is he really moving? So what I can tell you is his intent. Okay, is he really intends to move north, as you mentioned? Okay. And I don't know if you had that conversation or not. I'm having an impression that you are about to have that conversation. That's why you are asking how the conversation is going to go. So, He does have the intent, yes. He does have the intent, according to these cards. And that is because basically his intent here with those three cards, Taco, it is that he can do better there. Okay, for example, maybe he thinks that the cost of living is gonna be better. For example, he's gonna have better friends. He just, with that Death card and the King of Pentacles, okay, your father sees the current place where he is living at exhausted. Yeah, literally depleted. All right, that's the word that I should use. Depleted. It's like there is nothing there for him anymore, and that's why he's hoping, by the way, to make a new start. I don't want to say fresh start, but new start there. Okay, and I think you should be happy for him. I mean, he's going to be happy if he goes there. According to the conversation with him, those two cards, it won't be the best conversation there because of the Page of Swords. Okay, the general idea is going to be agreed upon. Okay, so it's not like you will be, how can I put it into words, you know, you will hang up the phone and want to murder someone, right? The general conditions and idea is going to be agreed upon. It's just the whole premise of it to you is going to feel unnecessary, in some extreme cases preposterous, right? Ridiculous. Hey, it's your father, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, if he can, he's gonna do it. He's gonna move if he can. Sam, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, next one, Rocky. You're welcome, Taco. Let me know how it went. Okay, let me know how it went through, for example, Xbox chat. If we don't see each other here, I'll be curious because those cards are pretty strong. But also, it would help if I knew the circumstances around. Obviously, that's not a thing you should share here into the super chat or into the chat at all. But it would vary, all right? Because, for example, if your father, all right, didn't have any other choice, okay, then yes, he's gonna go north, but then he's going to come back when he can. It's very conditional. So please let me know if you want to, of course. All right, Rocky, those are your cards. And this is such a strange elemental dignity because these two cards here, okay, they show happiness, but they are in an elemental dignity or in an elemental collision. They cancel each other, right? Or rather, like they kill each other. or rather like the sun kills the 10 of cups. So what that really means? Well, it means that your happiness, this is what you need to know. Your happiness goes through other happiness, through other people happiness. So let's say you are married, Rocky, and you are unhappy with your marriage. That is just an example, right? When was the last time you considered your partner's happiness before yours? When was the last time you saw your partner happy? And that is why you are unhappy. So your happiness goes through your partner's happiness, friends' happiness, co-workers' happiness. You make them happy, you are gonna be happy. And not just only that, but also once they are happy, they will, how can I put it into words, they will support you. I don't know about what, but it's a big thing actually here. It's a thing of making the wrong right. Okay, that's what we are talking about, that people are going to support you into. And also people are going to support you into your natural development. So if you have grievances with someone, drop them off. There is no reason for them whatsoever, because that is how you will, let's say, unblock yourself. Other than that, what you need to know, expanding energies of growth everywhere. So if you're feeling stuck, it is because you don't do enough. Start doing something. You feel stuck with your love life because you're single? Well, start talking with someone. People are right there around you. Okay, and you can make them happy, which is gonna make them make you happy as well. It's a very complex, kind of like symbiotic existence that you will have to be a part of. Oh, that's all right, Taco. You don't have to play that with me. I mean, we can meet on something else. I don't know if you do have Xbox Gaming Pass, but we can, if you do have it, we can just pick a game there and we can play it. All right, Elaine. Those are your two cards, Elaine. Okay. Uh, what they show is actually that your environment, or rather like your actions, are gonna slow down, because right now it's the moment of you establishing and settling rather than making or breaking. Okay. Basically what they say it is that in the next few days to a week or two, uh, it will be the time frame where you ensure a certain future of something. For example, you ensure the certain future of your career, of your future business, of a relationship with a client, or a love relationship. And that is the solo thing you gotta focus on. Okay, it's already established though, so it's not something that is gonna heretofore start, but instead it is something that have already started, and actually it has a very good development. Okay, so that is what you need to know, is that now you have to focus on the good developments in your life and actually wrap them around. Okay, ensure their future, rather than striving and scampering for new things around. Nicole, is information gonna come around, and if so, yeah, when? I'm gonna even check with the Lenormand cards, but even if they don't show anything, that means that it's not gonna be the first important thing happening to you. Okay, but I'm just gonna check it out with the Lenormand. If they show something else, I'm just not gonna say it. Hello, Tracy. All right, Nicole, those are the cards that we have. Let me now draw Lenormand. Well, they show about the same thing. Is it about money, Nicole? Are there any money involved with it? Do you have to pay to get that information extra, like a bribe or something like that? Because that information is about finances. Because that's what's the Lenormand are showing, by the way. It is that problems will be dropped when money are in play. That's their forecast. But it may not relate to the information itself. However, according to the information with the tarot cards, it may come. The thing it is that the true information, the valuable information will be delayed. And is going to come around within the time frame of let me show you, let me see, till the mid of March next year. Okay, it could be the case that it's going to come piece by piece, right, and so on and so forth, but it will be delayed because it's withheld by that person here. Okay, and that person, yeah, it's we have the Three of Swords as a elemental dignity, the Queen of Swords. That's a person who well, it's evil person. Let's put it that way. It makes it for no reason whatsoever. It makes things just because. No, yeah, just because they can, but because it was done to them before, okay? And so they are doing it to someone else. So I think that the true information, the full story is going to be withheld to you, from you, and you're going to find out up until the mid of March. Now, even if you have to make a choice on your current on the current information that you have, or the information, the incomplete information that is going to come to you, Nicole, because we do have the Two of Swords by the end of the reading, okay? That card shows that these options that you took beforehand, they can be reversed, and they will be reversed. In other words, whenever you do have the full information, then you can change your course accordingly. So it's a bit complicated reading, and as the Lenormand showed, there are money involved. I just don't know how. Karen, the Lenormand cannot show you, cannot help you with that. What they show are events, and what you are mentioning here is a situation, basically. So they cannot show you, because for Nicole, they show that there will be how can I put it into words, drop of blockages when it's paid. Okay, I can do you a Lenormand reading right now, but another thing it is that there is no way to control it. I can't ask for your daughter or for you. I mean, I ask for you, but they show what they show, right? You don't get to ask a question like you can with tarot. And like I said, for Nicole, they may not even relate to that information. They only say that, a lack of blockage will be no longer there, will be no longer present when it's paid. And I thought that it is the information that she asked for, because the tarot also showed that it is withheld, that information. The real information is withheld, or the full picture is going to be withheld by that person. No, it cannot show that. Because again, you are asking about a state, not an event. Event is something that comes and goes. With the example of Nicole, it comes, she pays or she gets the money, and it's no longer there. Okay. My example with my Lenormand cards, I travel, it's done, right? So that's an event. What you're asking about, it's state, being stable is state. That can be seen with the tarot cards. But again, it's tarot, she must put an effort behind. And as you are mentioning here, you give, and it's never enough. She obviously doesn't want to put efforts behind. So until she puts effort on what you are giving, I suggest you to save your money, because whatever the card shows, what you are saying to me is that it is within her hands, and if she doesn't get better, or it's never enough, it is because she chooses to be that way. And finally, Jasmine. We do have the High Priestess. And if you are addressing a health issue, I cannot answer that. You know that. I need to confirm if that's going to be the case. Thank you, Karen. Okay, I'm going to make the reading. Just take it with a grain of salt, right? Just take it with a grain of salt. Thank you so much for your 10 US dollars. Well, Jasmine, they could show actually two things. As a stir, your love life is about to stir. In fact, according to these cards, especially if you are single, you are about to stumble upon a soulmate. Bear in mind, we do have more than one of those, right? Long story short, your happiness is going to stir, and your day-to-day reality is going to be transcended. Literally, wherever your heart is empty, is going to be refilled again. You are disappointed by friendships and you don't want to have a friends anymore, right? Well, something is about to happen in the next few days to a couple of weeks where you will have a complete change of heart into that direction, and the friendship or plural friendships you are going to build up from there going to be freaking amazing. Okay, so what we're talking about here is that you have no control over the impending change coming your way, which is going to transcend your reality, that is going to make it in such a way you're going to freaking love it. It's not going to be based on the universe, meaning that you cannot lose it by a chance. That's very important. You cannot lose it by a chance, and it's going to be very, very long lasting. Okay, so wherever you are most disappointed at, this is where we are going to have a turnaround for you, Jasmine. And finally, we do have Karen again for her daughter, and the inquiry is her daughter going to get stable? Or a potential that to happen? Karen, it's unlikely, those two cards. With the Two of Cups being there, and the Page of Wands being the first one. Page of Wands is unstable enough, but having the Two of Cups as an elemental dignity to the Page of Wands, it basically completely annihilates everything, because these are active enemies, and literally your daughter doesn't want to be stable, at least not at that stage. Okay, he doesn't want to show compassion, doesn't want to show understanding, in that he doesn't want to make contact. Simple as that. So I'm sorry, Karen, but at least at that stage, no. Bear in mind though, these are not for a lifetime. Okay, tarot reading is maximum for 1 year. Who knows? Maybe she will have a change of heart as well. So guys, that was the stream for tonight. Thank you so much for staying around. Your wishes, awesome, amazing. There are very few things that makes me happy in this, in my current life, and one of them, guys, it is you, and I love you for it. And thank you so much for your generosity. We're gonna see each other next time. I'm going to hug the bed now. Until next time. Bye.